Oh, fluffy boy.
Aw. Aw, wet nose. Good kitty. Look how tiny she is. Oh my gosh. Hello. Well, it's 7:15 a.m. I woke up at 4:30. Can you believe it? But yeah, I just made my coffee in this really cute mug that actually I was given as a gift. And this is some scenes of me packing up my stuff to get ready for my trip, and I got dressed.
Oh, look at Charlie.
But yeah, just made an egg sandwich of sorts. Some chips. I've been eating so many chips lately. And yes, I am making a little bit more coffee. 3 hours of sleep last night. So this is my new prized possession. But yeah, so I feel like my hair looks really weird, obviously, but... Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned, I got my hair highlighted yesterday, too. Woohoo! I like it so much better. Anyways, oh, now Miko's... Oh, they've been having cat fights today. It's interesting. There they go. If you have a certain vision for your life, then when you are going through your stuff, if you're having a hard time deciding which things to keep or which items really do spark joy, you can actually kind of go back to... Oh my gosh. Cat hairball. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you can kind of use that envisionment that you have of your life, and then when you go through your items, sorry, my hair, my hair is bothering me. You can ask yourself, does this fit into my envisionment of my lifestyle that I want to have? And then I talked for like 20 minutes about those type of topics. Charlie in the box. Charlie in the box. Oh, it's a fluffy kitty. But yeah, anyways, and then another thing I've been doing is going through all my bathroom stuff and reorganizing everything, just really minimalizing my items, which I love. It feels so good. And then I talked for like another 20 minutes about all those type of topics. There we have it. Oh yeah, and I chipped my tooth. Did I tell you guys that? Maybe I'll explain that. Pretty much I was just eating, well, it's a long story. That's where I will leave it. Now I'm going to continue to softly pack and get stuff organized, and then I will start my 5-hour journey to the cabin. Love this baby pink color. Hi, Miki. But I would like one that's full-sized as well. Hi, Miki. So for now it's like a boob-sized, which is funny because it's like pockets here. I don't know. Yeah, I think it just totally shrunk in the wash. I've been getting some new foods that have been so wonderful. Actually, I am bringing with me a salad, and I'm gonna pack really, really good yogurt with frozen strawberries, the most delicious granola, and just that, like that, those 3 ingredients are perfect. Usually I jam pack my stuff, but I actually just like it so plain and simple with just those 3 ingredients. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Doo-doo-bee-bee. Hi! Okay, don't mind the angle, it's a bit weird, but I am loving this drive. It is absolutely beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I guess I'll tell you guys briefly as far as my chipped tooth. Pretty much I was the fastest girl runner in, I think it was 3rd grade, and me and the fastest boy runner were running around the playground, and we somehow crashed into each other, and I actually got knocked out and fell onto the concrete, and so did he, and my tooth got chipped. And so ever since I've had, like, you know, a filling on it. But then the other day I was eating some pizza and I put some crushed red pepper on it, and I bit down on the crushed red pepper, and it was a seed, and it was extremely hard, and then my tooth chipped off. So it's not totally chipped, and thank goodness it doesn't have the nerve ending currently anyways. If I start to feel that, I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but when I first got my tooth chipped back in 3rd grade, it was some of the most pain I've ever felt, where there's like nerve ending in your teeth, you know, when it gets chipped. Anyways, So luckily I don't feel any of that right now, but if I do, then I'll get it filled. But for now, I'm just kind of enjoying having some character, you know? You don't see too many people chip tooths these days. Chip tooths. So yeah, for now, I quite like it. It's not too obvious. Like, a lot of people actually don't even really notice, but either way. And just to give a quick update, I still have 3 hours and 20 minutes until I arrive. Had a really weird experience in the bathroom. Let me tell you, I just had a very strange experience. Okay, I'll attempt to tell y'all. So pretty much I got into the bathroom at this random gas station, and the big stall, like the handicap stall, was wide open, and there's these 2 ladies in there, and it had that feeling when I entered, it had the feeling of like, oh, I just walked in on something, where they were like, they seemed awkward, you know? I mean, granted that their bathroom stall was wide open and 2 of them were in there. So one of them was kind of an elderly lady. The other gal, I didn't really look at them, but like, either way, they were like, all right, oop, oop, like, time to pull up your pants. Like, they're like giving a play-by-play of what they were doing. And the stalls, okay, so there's one other stall, and that's the stall I went into, the non-handicapped stall. And the stall gaps between the door was like this big. So it felt like I was just out in the open, and I, for one, am very much pee-shy, as they say. Plus, I am especially pee-shy when my bladder is super full. Then it's like hard for me to pee just in general. I have to like coax it out of me. Okay, I'm switching to my phone because you can see me better, and my camera like is all black. Practically do special breathing methods to like relax my bladder enough to let out the pee. That's probably way too much information, but either way, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm gonna start to go pee right now. These 2 ladies were just leaving their stall, and then this is the second time actually, because I stopped at a different gas station to go to the bathroom. This is the second time that they just left without washing their hands. Of course, I assume that they're gonna use their own hand sanitizer or something, but still. So then they left, and then I'm like, okay, I was able to start to go pee, and then in bustles in this other lady, and she's like breathing all heavy and stuff, and then she goes into the stall, the big stall next to me, because that's the only one open, the only other stall, and she starts like making all these noises, like, oh, like noises like that. So I just assumed that she was being dramatic, like maybe the gals that were in there before, maybe they left a bunch of gerbils on the toilet seat or something. So I was like, oh, okay, she must be upset that they left a mess in there. So she's making all these grunting noises and stuff, but then she's on the toilet and she continuously is making these noises, and I'm like she starts breathing really weird too, like and I was literally thinking, I was like, should I ask her, like, hey, are you in labor? Like, are you okay over there? But I was like, I don't know if it's kind of weird to ask that. Maybe she's, I don't know. But anyways, it really sounded like she was like about to give birth. It was just a weird vibe. This is the type of stuff that you might experience in small town Wisconsin. I will say I'm a lover of Wisconsin. I love it here. You know, every different area, every state is totally different, and you know, even different parts in the state, of course, are different. So I can't really talk for all of Wisconsin, but sometimes that's what you get. So weird gas stations with strange characters and strange occurrences. But yeah, I love Wisconsin, and I'm just feeling so good on this drive. Granted, as I already said, I've only gotten 3 hours of sleep, so I am quite dainty. Like, as I've said before, I'm quite fragile because of the lack of sleep. But it has just been such a nice feeling to be just on the road. I love being on the road and listening to music, singing, admiring the scenery. It is so gorgeous. The clouds, the colors, just, oh, God's creation. Like, I was actually starting to well up with tears. I just had this like spark of realization, because things are just words until you really experience it. And I had this experience of just like looking around and being like, all of this is God, or whatever you want to call the energy that comes from the mystery, comes from the nothing, and sprouts into life. Every single thing we see. You know, I'm only talking from my perspective, of course. And of course, it's very difficult to put into words, but I had this like realization, and it was just making me emotional. When you just have these sparks of like, whoa, this is all created. Like, how was all this created? Like, how is this all here? And it's so specific and like detailed and random, it feels like, you know? And when you think of the sun, and it's like this giant ball of fire. This giant ball of fire, what? And it is really far away from us, but it is warming us. I can feel this ball of fire, okay? If you imagine it as a bonfire, okay? You're sitting around a bonfire and you can feel the fire, you know? But that bonfire is, I don't know how far away, whatever, millions upon trillions of whatever, light years, I don't know, whatever. And we can feel the heat from that ball. And that ball of fire lights up this world for us. I mean, half and half, then we sleep, you know? Obviously you don't, but unless you live in certain parts of the world, you know, sometimes it's always light or dark or whatever. But anyways, just the concept of that was something else that was making me cry recently. I was sitting outside and just like feeling the hotness of the sun and just having that realization. And again, it's all words, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, it is cool to hear that or to read such a thing or to realize that, but like to actually experience it and be like, without words, just like the feeling of like, whoa. And then you can't even look at it. Like I was kind of like attempting to kind of like look at the sun, but it's so bright. And yeah, I understand if no one relates, like if this is not that deep. But anyways, it was very deep for me because like I felt it, you know? I'm like, we are in infinite space, man. And that ball of flames, that ball of fire is literally warming us and lighting up everything out here. It's crazy. Okay, anyways, gotta go. Bye.
And it all begins with having a healthy internal world and the life that you're living now. And I'd like you to sit down with a piece of paper and pencil and to craft sentences that matter most to you, that are framed in the positive and framed in the present. So, for example, an affirmation could be, I'm getting better all the time. Or, every day, I pay attention to achieving my goals. Moving on, number 3, visualization. This involves picturing in your mind the life that you want to lead and the goals you aim to achieve. Visualization is a powerful tool for maintaining focus on your aspirations and mentally preparing yourself for the actions required to realize them. Number 4.
Was the sunlight to keep the darkness on my side?
Everywhere, take me to church. I'm just like a dog at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins so you can show me your night. I believe that darkness there with the dawn. Let me give you my life.
Each practice enhances your internal well-being, influencing your external life positively. And what do you think? Which of these 6 practices you shape your thoughts and beliefs towards success? Essentially,
I'm almost at the cabin now, just a few minutes away. It smells really good because it smells like pine trees, sap. I was just listening to a really cool thing on Insight Timer, the meditation app that I use, and there's different like courses you can learn. And so this course that I'm listening to is about making good morning routines. And this guy is doing a great job. He has really good advice. Well, it's definitely muddy here. It's quite sloshy. Okay, so anyways, as you kind of saw, I was hobbling around, hopping into the snow. I made some different videos whilst I was down there, and yeah, I pretty much got there as the sun was setting, and I felt so over the moon with joy that I decided to go to the cabin. I guess I didn't really give you guys a backstory as to why I came, but maybe I'll talk more about that in the next video, because I made another video of my one day that I spent at the cabin. So I will talk more about that then. And then also this is just some footage, obviously, of me washing my face and smiling happily.
And maybe the very beginning of May, I might want to go.
Oh, that is pretty soon then.
2 months.
Because that's a good weather time too.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to see when I went last year. I went in May last year. They're not causing a lot of money, like walking with dogs. And we did eat. We went out to eat a few times. But we're not super expensive. Mm.